Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing out. Man, we got a special guest, Jason White. He went from working at the gasoline station to over 40 government contracts.
Yeah, man. What's up, man?
How you doing? I'm good.
I'm good. Life is good. I got zero complaints. You feel me?
Yeah, good. We don't want no complaints.
It won't do you no good anyway.
Yeah, man. So Jason White's in the building. I am Jason White.
I am Jason
White. Yep, I am Jason White on Instagram.
Yeah.
Man, Mario, you want to start? We got a lot of questions for him.
Okay, well, I want to start in Virginia because it's like
2 up, 2 down.
Yeah. It's like my favorite athletes are from Virginia, like Michael Vick, Randy Moss, Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Then you got the super producers like Pharrell, Timbaland, Missy. Like, can we talk about the Clips? Yeah. Can we talk about like why there's so many GOATs coming from there, and then you to go to government contracts?
Yeah.
Can we start right there?
I mean, so the Tidewater area as a whole is not a big city. It's small. Mm-hmm. So we got to tap into our own talents, whether we, are sports-wise or whether we are business-minded or whether we musically inclined, because there's not a lot to do. Because if you ain't playing sports, if you ain't rapping, now you trapping. Now you just hustling. Yeah. So you doing one or the other, but we got to do what we got to do. We got to do it well. Because that's a military town. Okay. So it's either you getting a regular job or you being in the military. And if you ain't about either of those life, right, then you playing sports or you being in music or you in the streets hustling.
And then you was in Navy SEAL for like?
I was in the Coast Guard.
For like over 10 years.
I was in there for 10 years.
Okay.
And then I did 2 years in the brig.
How was
the
that
brig
like?
is?
Nah, I don't know nothing about it.
That's military jail.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah, I was in the brig for 2 years, man. I just made good on the threat. That's all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm a man just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. I put my pants on just like they do. So when you get disrespected, I gotta do something. I was young when I was in the Coast Guard. Mm-hmm. So my mentality, I was like 22. I got in after high school a little bit. I tried to play ball. That ain't work out. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I joined the Coast Guard. I was around 21 when I went to the brig. Yeah, I was around 21 when I went to the brig. Okay. 2 years in there. So the Coast Guard ain't teach me nothing about government contracting. Mm-hmm. It just taught me that the military is not for me.
Yeah, what you might have took away my question, but what was your mentality going into the military?
Man, I ain't had no direction.
Yeah.
So my man said, yo, I'm getting ready to go into the Coast Guard. What's up? I said, bet. Let's do it. I wasn't doing nothing.
So you know nothing?
I wasn't doing nothing. I couldn't even swim.
Was it one of those things like, you do that or stick in the streets?
Yeah. I mean, I was doing both.
Yeah.
I wasn't leaving the streets alone. I was just like, all right, my front game got to be a lot better than what it is right now because I'm just going to the door serving. I can't keep doing it like that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to join the Coast Guard because I joined the Coast Guard Reserves first so I could come back home and keep my little business going. But then I got active duty, and I was like, all right, it's getting real now. Now I got to tighten up. Yeah. So then I was just like, all right, I'm just about to do 20 years in the military until I felt like they started messing with me.
Mm-hmm. What year was that?
That was 2001. I joined. 2001 I joined, did 10 years, 2 in the brig. But
yeah.
You was married during this time, or you was just dating your wife?
Nah, I wasn't married, man. I was just doing my thing.
Doing your thing?
Man, what? I'm talking about I'm talking about wild as all outside, man. Yeah, I was wild with it, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So when did you meet your now wife?
We met in 99.
99?
We met in 99, yeah. And it was just one of them things. I was playing the field, and I was like, yo, you know what? Let's just get married. And she was like, all right.
When did you realize she was the one?
I don't know that. You know what I mean? I don't know who is the one and who not the one. You don't know that. I personally think you don't know that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I was just like, let's do it.
Okay.
What year y'all get married?
Man.
I didn't ask that question. Let's just say 02,
What year was
03.
That, yo?
Let's call it 2003.
Bet. I'm with that.
2001,
baby,
2 years
yeah.
in the brig. So it's 2004, 2005. Yeah.
Okay.
2005, 2006, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go to the gas station. So how was that like? Like you had anybody trying to rob the place or anything like that?
So when I got released from the brig, I couldn't get a job.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I couldn't get a job, so I had to take what I could get. The
Mhm.
gas station was just down the street from my mama's house. So I was like, all right, man, let me pull up and get a job there. Nobody ever tried to rob me because I just started to do my little business at the gas station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
So they knew better.
So pump 2 never worked. So the code was, if you come to the gas station and you
Pull
want
up the
something
pump two.
special,
Pull up
you
the
got to
pump two.
say, I want $20 on pump 2.
Okay.
You say you want $20 on pump 2, I know what to do.
Yeah. that keeps you safe.
That's how I served it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that
all
keeps
right, if you ain't saying the right code, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that keeps you
Yeah,
safe.
you can't come to
Yeah.
the gas station and say I need. I'm like, I ain't got you.
What's remarkable to me in some of those situations is that the wherewithal to come up with that stuff. It's just like most people don't. I could tell you stories after story after story about these ingenuitive ways
Listen, man.
to get what you have to get done. And it ought to me. I go through this every single person we interview.
Okay,
it's
okay.
a timeline,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like some of the things that you say that you do,
Yeah.
they're not uncommon from successful people.
Mm.
It all starts the same.
You gotta think about it. I'm doing 2 things. I'm trying to create and build my clientele,
Correct.
and I'm trying to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay 10 steps ahead of 12, so
Mhm.
I don't get locked up. So I'm like, all right, cool. Pump two not working. I told my man, hey, spread the word this way.
Yeah.
If you come up here, I need this. If they don't say that,
They're
then
not getting
we ain't
nothing.
getting it. Yeah, because we street smart people use their common sense heavy. We gotta rely on common sense.
Absolutely.
I'm not reading instructions to try to figure it out. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it. If it don't work, I'm gonna do something else, and I'm gonna use my common sense. If that don't look right, it don't smell right, I ain't touching.
That's right. So fast forward past the gas station.
Yeah.
What do you start to evolve and start to change? And what part of what hits you to where you're like, man, I got to do this. I got to do something different.
It was at the gas station, so I can't even go past it just yet because
Yeah.
my man pulled up and was like, yo, I'm going to do federal government contracts with trucks.
That's right. Yeah.
I had no clue what he was talking about. So when he said that sparked everything in me, everything. I was like, man, if the dude I was talking about, if he talking about he moving away from this, ain't no need for me to keep doing it. You know what I mean? So that sparked everything. That was the mindset shift for me at that point. I didn't even know nothing about, like personal development, just working on yourself, being internal, with your thoughts and stuff like that. Nothing about that. But when he said that, I had a mindset shift right then and there.
Okay.
Easy. Yeah.
So then he goes to jail the next day.
Same night.
Same night.
Main man went to jail same night, man.
Damn.
Yeah, same night. Because I called him when I got off. I couldn't reach him. I just thought he was knocked out.
Okay.
I just found out the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, from his mom.
So, but then he puts that battery pack on your back to go get these government contracts.
Yeah, or just to figure it out. Because he was talking about trucking. I ain't know, I didn't even know where to start. I ain't had no clue. So I was like, all right, let me just, while I'm at work, let me just go to YouTube and just look at little stuff. So I would piece stuff together from there.
But that's the hard route, right?
Was it? Yes,
Yeah, because
sir.
you somebody gives you a clue. It's like me telling Mario, hey man, real estate's the way to go, right?
Right.
And he's like, man, yeah, and then I go to jail or I die or something.
Yeah. You leave him hanging.
And he's
You
like,
drop
well,
him off.
what part?
Right.
Wholesaling? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that?
Yeah.
So you had to piece it together.
Man, hard, yo. So my thing was, all right, I didn't know where to start, but when I started looking at certain videos on YouTube, like I said, I use my common sense. I'm like, all right, I don't have that piece yet, so now let me stop this and figure out how to get that piece. So I probably was, backwards engineering the whole thing because I was seeing stuff that was already done. I didn't have that, so I'm like, all right, let me go figure out this piece first.
Okay.
And I just worked my way backwards. I didn't even know what an LLC was. And that's how raw I was with it. I ain't no clue, didn't know how to get it. So like I said, I was working backwards.
What year you think it was when you started to put those pieces together? Before you got a contract?
Yeah. Probably like 2010.
10. Okay.
2010 was decent because I had the woe is me moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this ain't working. This ain't for me. I gotta switch it up.
Yep.
I gotta do something different.
Yep.
Let me try something else. That was that year for me, that whole year. And then my mom came back up and was like, hey, yo, what you doing? What you doing with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, man, let me jump back in and figure it
Okay.
out. Yeah, so 2010 was a real big pivotal year for me to say, all right, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to put it all together and actually do it. And that was 2010.
What was your wife saying through all the whole process?
Just being
supportive?
No, sir. Just being like, do something else. Like, all the other thoughts that I had in my head, that was verbally coming out.
Yeah, okay.
Do something else. This ain't for you. You don't know what you're doing.
So what kept you right there? Like, what kept you focused and determined?
Everything else wasn't working for me.
Okay.
Everything else was not working for me. At that moment in time, real estate was kind of doing okay. I started to do a little wholesale deal here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped selling what I was selling. I stopped that completely.
Okay.
So that money not coming in. I'm frustrated at the little odds and end jobs that I got. My mom need money. You know what I'm saying? I'm having kids now. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, this ain't working, but this government contracting thing, I'm getting close. I could just tell, when you getting close to cracking the code, breaking through, like I was like, yo, I'm getting close. So I just gotta keep going. I already had my pity party. So I picked myself up already too, so it's time to work.
Yep.
Okay. So it's safe to say you were stressed out during that whole process.
Yeah, but okay. Most people get stressed out.
Correct.
But after I had that pity party, I wasn't stressed no more. I was just like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Okay.
I've been, if we using the word stress, I've been stressed. My bills been due.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been about to get kicked out every month. My car breaking down every 2 days. Like that was my life. You know what I mean? So certain things just didn't stress me. Now at that point, if I'm looking at my bank account, if I ain't get stressed, it's negative this every 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after a while, I'm not getting stressed that I'm not figuring it out, or life is not, my life that I think I deserve to have isn't coming to me. I'm looking at it as, all right, I'm just frustrated that I'm putting unrealistic expectations on time on myself. So I need to just relax, calm down, and just keep it pushing.
And what you're doing at that time is not getting you where you want to be at.
Right.
And not fast enough, probably.
Yeah, not fast enough.
Yeah.
So now you look around and you like, all right, man, maybe everybody that's telling me to stop doing it, maybe I should listen to them. Maybe I should just fold and cave in. I was like, nah. I ain't.
What are your peers doing? And like, let's say your 5 closest guys. What are they doing at this time?
Oh man, my one homeboy, he moved to D.C., so he living in D.C. He got a good little job, nice little life. My man Pot, he in jail. And everybody else, they still doing the normal. They still doing the normal. They ain't, okay, you gotta think about it. If it's not working for me, and they see that it's not working for me, and they see me still struggling, they like, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, because at least that's bringing me in some bread. So they looking at me like I'm tripping.
So in the year that you started putting it together, you started doing your research, because I call that self-taught.
Okay.
You teaching yourself what the idea that he gave you, and you're running with it.
Yeah, 100%.
And so bottom line is, you're not gonna fold. You know what you want, right? Did you have anything did you have anybody you could look up to, or somebody you could get advice from that was in the position that you wanted to be in at that time?
Yeah, that's a crazy piece.
Yeah.
I had nobody to lean on and voice frustrations, or if I was stressed out, or say, hey, look, I know you've been through this part. Let me talk to you about this piece. I ain't had that.
Yes, most people do.
Right.
Most people do. Most people do. And that kind of is like that hand that pulls them out of that, because there's a desire, and when somebody's going through a situation like that and struggle, we all have probably been through the same things. There's a desire to get out of that.
100%.
And then the people that don't have the desire usually stay there.
Yeah.
So when that desire is there to get out of it, you figure out a way to get out. So you figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
And so go to where you figured it out how to structure things to get these government contracts, because that's your main source, that's your main business right now.
Yeah.
And what year was that where it finally clicked like a light bulb as to how you could get paid on what you're putting together?
Man, that's recent. You talking about in terms of I put it all together and now let me just start informing what I'm doing?
No. Because like we'll get into that. Right now you're probably the biggest advocate and teacher of government contracts.
Yeah.
And but when you first, because you didn't just learn this.
No.
Right? So when you first put it together and you're like, this is how it's going to work.
Yeah.
What year?
2010, bro. 2010 was
2010.
crazy for me. Yeah, like the whole year was like the beginning of the year, woe was me. The end of the year, I'm like, man, I got my big boy pants on. So it's over.
So did you get your first contract in that year?
I got it in 2011.
2011.
Yeah, I got the following year, like around like March,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But towards the end of 2010, that's how I knew. I just felt good about it. I just like, all right, yeah, I'm losing contracts. I'm putting in proposals, I'm losing. Putting in proposals, losing. But I'm learning each time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing it better. I can tell. 2011, won that first one.
That's like in the sales world, we call that quoting. Always be quoting.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So like in the sales world, if I'm trying to close on 10 people, if it takes 200 quotes, I got to go quote 200
go
people.
through my numbers.
Yeah, so the same. You're doing the same thing.
Same.
It always comes full circles. You're putting contracts out there trying to gain them, losing it for whatever reason. You take that, you learn with it. You take that and you learn from it, and you move on and you do the same thing again. Finally, you land one.
There you go.
And then that is the aha moment.
Boom, mind blown. I was like, yeah, this shit. I was so happy. It was $125 to me per month for work that I ain't doing.
Mm-hmm.
When I invoiced the government the first time and I got that check into my account for that $125, I took my mom out. So real talk, we had a Sizzler on the corner, and I know people be laughing when I say that, but I actually took my mom to Sizzler, 100%.
Yeah.
Man. I was like, yo, I did it.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of like when the wholesalers in real estate. I remember when I first made my first dollar wholesaling real estate. If somebody tells you about it, and you're like, all right, cool. So you start doing all this stuff, but then when you get your first check from doing it, now the concept is proven.
It's real. Like you said, it's proven, it's real, it's legit.
Yep.
So let me just keep doing it.
Yeah, let me get the checks bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what are some of the woes that you have run across from now, let's say 2011? Obviously, $125 a month isn't gonna change your lifestyle, but the concept is working now, right? And so now you're like, okay, let me figure out how to get the next contract, and to the point where you're like, hey man, this is paying for my living now. Yeah. So and what year would you say that was? And then what are some of the woes that you went through? Like what are some of the ups and downs?
All right, so the ups and downs was this. I had to always find subcontractors to do the work, right? So I'm not, y'all can tell, even today, obviously I've gotten better, but I'm not the most polished guy. I'm not the most professional guy. So now when I'm making phone calls, my vernacular is crazy. They looking at me on the phone acting like I can't even, put sentences together so they can understand what I need from them. I'm talking to them so raw with the phone and hanging up. So that was one of my things that I had to overcome. I was like, all right, I got to speak better to these individuals so they can know I'm calling them with some real business on the line. I ain't this ain't phony. This ain't fraud. So that was my thing, getting my communication together. Then I had to figure out how I need to communicate with the federal government through emails and phone calls. That was a little struggle for me too, because it was the same thing. I was like, all right, I'm speaking to these individuals real, but I think I'm speaking to them too real. I need to tone something that's down. You know what I mean? Just a little bit.
Put the corporate voice on.
Yeah. But not really. Just use some corporate words every now and then. And I hate that corporate stuff. I tell my students, turn that corporate brain off, because I noticed through those woes, I learned that they actually related to me better because I kept it so real. So then it became an advantage and not a woe. I just had to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
2011 still, because I won that first one, and then 2 months later I won another one, and that was bringing me $7,000 a month.
A month.
Oh, that changed everything.
Well, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is paying my bills now.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is for me. And I took that one. I cried, you know what I mean? Sensitive thug, you know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, now let me just keep watch, rinse, repeat. Now, I was already doing it when I won the first one, but that second one, I like, all right, this paying for my lifestyle now. Now, I'm having that, all right, when you really, really on your own, when you really, really creating your own checks, right? Is a thing in your head like, I can't go back to what I used to do. This can't slow down. So now I got to be all gas, no brakes. Because if I slow this down, I got to revert back to
You don't want to do
putting
that.
on the application
Yep.
or being in the streets. I'm like, nah, this it. I'm full throttle. So 2011 was monumental too.
I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, but can you talk about the 3.1, the 3.1 million?
I definitely cried.
When you got that, when you cried too?
What? 100%, man. I looked at that joint like, this is crazy. They gave me this, like, for me, for real. That was crazy, man. But that was for elevator maintenance contract. I actually waited to be awarded that one. It took around 4 or 5 months.
For real? That's not bad.
That wasn't instant. For 3.2 mil,
Yeah,
I'll wait.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the rest of the year. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that, I mean, you know, getting, you know, going from my first one at $125 to an instant jump at 7,000, and then
That's
you,
a big-
and then
that's
you
a big
keep,
leap,
yeah,
yeah.
and then you keep climbing. My mind started to be like, all right, this different money. This money for real. This real money. This legit money. So I got to think about ways to protect myself, protect my assets now, and just move the same way, but a little bit different.
So after you got the second contract, you started. Obviously, it's a learning curve. You probably polished your craft. Like you probably got better and better and better at it, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get into you know, now you're probably the best at it, or one of the best at it, and you teach people how to do that.
Yeah.
And so as you start to grow, you know, you start to put a team together. I'm sure at some point you start to, you know, form, or you already have your company formed, but you're starting to structure yourself like a good sized business, right? There's also learning curves there,
100%.
right?
Yeah. Who do I trust?
That's right.
How much of this process do I give somebody so they can help me versus stab me in the back and try to
Take your
do
money.
things on their own? You know, how much with the finances and the financial piece do I give them? So it was a big trust factor for me now because I learned from where I came from. Where I came from, it's only a couple people in the room. Everybody else outside, and we give them the information that they need to know.
Right.
The corner boys, we don't even talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything at the top. So now it's like, all right, I need help. I need to grow this thing. I need help. But who do I actually trust? So that was a learning curve. So I started out with a couple of people that I thought that so I went to school 1 year. I went to Norfolk State University for 1 year, right? And some of those individuals that I met there, I reached back out to them, and I was like, "Look, check this out." I called them nerds, you know. I was like, "I know you're a nerd. I know you're a bookworm. I need your help with something." And they was all in. And once they get paid, it's all good now.
Still tight with them?
100%.
Yeah.
They on my team.
Good.
Yes.
How many people you got under your team? Like
Just
under
7.
7?
Yeah, it's just 7. So with federal government contracting, it's a different structure, especially when you middleman in contracts. I don't need a team to do, you know, I don't know, whatever anybody else needs a team for. I need a team to help me continue to look for contracts, respond to emails, understand invoicing, understand how to speak to subcontractors. So I got pieces laid out for that, and my system is tight. So that way, going forward, I never stop. I personally don't do it as much as I used to, but because my team is now doing it for me.
That's part of growth, man.
100%.
That's part
How
of
many
growth.
mentees you got under you right now?
Man, I think we got. Man, last time I looked at the numbers, it's probably like close to 2,000 people that's purchased the course. Consistently, it's probably about a good 350.
350?
Yeah.
Okay. How many? You know how many of those are in Houston or no?
I don't, man. They all over. Yeah. Okay. So the last time I did the workshop in Houston, I always have a good turnout in Houston.
Okay.
I keep it small though, so I want it 25 to 30 people because I keep it intricate and detailed. I ain't doing no conferences or no seminars. When I come through, I'm trying to put my hands on you so you can really learn. So when I leave, you got impacted, not just by words. I showed you a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So what made you come to Houston? What made you want to live here?
Man, the real estate.
Real estate?
Man, the real estate, the weather, food is good too.
Food good?
Man, yeah. Houston showed me love. So I warmer weather is a thing for me. In Tidewater area, it get real cold. But in the summer and spring months, I love that. So I'm like, all right, let me go somewhere where it's like that. I ain't want Florida. I ain't want to do Atlanta. Try Texas out, see what's up.
So that's does anybody know that?
What?
That you're here in Houston?
Nah, man.
Say no,
so
no.
Mario dropped the ball, man. Nobody knew that.
Yeah, I'm here, baby. What's up? H-Time.
Nobody knew that, man. We just found that out a minute ago. We were supposed to keep it a secret. Mario just
nah, that's not true. He didn't say that.
He just said, I ain't let nobody know that.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm out here. Pull up on me.
So now as you perfect your craft and you're getting into teaching, you have a course that teaches exactly what you do called Crack the Code. Individuals can get online. Of course, they're gonna watch you, stalk you on the internet first. Make sure. My big thing about is when somebody sells a course like just what you're talking about. If you told me that you learned this in 2019. And then, most people are like, well, it's only been doing it 2 years, right. How much can he know?
Right.
But this guy's got, his first official contract early 2011, learned it in 2010, first got the idea in 2006, 7, 8. So you're more than 10 years in the game.
Yeah.
And anybody that knows anything about any business is that after 10 years,
you good.
Solid.
I'm stamped, man. I'm 10 toes down. Yeah, I'm 10. So there's no situation, there's no scenario or anything like that I haven't been a part of myself. So when my students have all these questions that they finally going through, I've forgotten most of the things that I actually can tell them until they ask me a question. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually went through that.
Yep.
Here's what we got to do. And that comes from being in the game so long. And plus, I'm still in it. You know what I mean? Yep. Most people, when they teaching stuff, they teach stuff that they used to do because they don't do it anymore.
Yep.
I'm still doing it.
Man, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Can you rewind it just a little bit? That year you took off, can you explain why you took that year off and what your mind frame was during that time? And if you could talk to yourself back then, what would you tell yourself?
Yeah, so I was in the mind frame of I'm just about to be back in the streets. Forget it. It ain't working.
What year was that?
2010.
10, okay.
Yeah, this ain't working. I'm good. This was cool. It was a cool experience. This is my mind frame. I'm talking to myself. This is a cool experience. I tried to be legit. It just ain't working for me. So you know what? I'm about to go do what I do. Let me go apply for some jobs. Let me figure it out. I was actually hustling up some money to get a laundromat.
Oh, for real?
Because I was going to use the laundromat for the front.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it 1,000. So I was like, all right, let me get my bread together. I'm going to get the laundromat because what's one of the best ways to launder the money through the coins.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's easy. Take the bag of coins, go to the bank, you washing your money clean up.
Your ghost had a laundromat.
Yeah, see, I already knew that. When I seen that, I said, oh, I was on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, I'm having all these moments. I can't get the money up fast enough to do what I need to do. But if I'm talking to myself today, I'm like, Jay, what you doing? I'm looking at him like, my man, what you doing right now? Like, tighten up. You already having your pity party. I promise you, if you keep going, you got something good on the other side. Y'all ever seen that? It's a passage like people make U-turns right when their goal is on the other side.
Yep.
They make the U-turn right when whatever they were searching for was right there.
Right.
So I always kind of kept that little passage in my mind, and I was like, all right, man. Plus, I had some other little factors that helped me keep going. My mom came back up and hollered at me, and then I just turned up from there.
So you're not scared. So part of success is not scared to take a loss for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Like you're not scared to get into it and see where it goes because at some point you do know it's gonna work out, or at least you hope it does. We all hope it does. Yeah. Just like when you might be knee deep in a flip, and you hope you're gonna make some money.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing proven, guaranteeing that I'm gonna make money here. Even when it comes to your contracts, like you get a contract from the government, you're the facilitator of this contract, and now you got to get somebody to fulfill it. You hope. You still hope you got to make money. You know, like the contractor might do you wrong, or the price changes.
That's the thing. That can happen.
Quick question before we get into more of the course.
Yeah.
Did 2020, 2021 change the situation where like a contract was awarded and maybe things aren't available like they used to be, or the price ain't the same?
Yeah. But that's the good thing about it. The price not the same. The price go up, so does my profit. That's a good thing about it.
Gotcha.
A lot of people, they don't know that in the federal government space, the federal government pays attention to what's happening in the world. So they create opportunities based on such. It's COVID right now. So now there's opportunities for all kinds of janitorial companies, disinfecting companies. If you got a product for a disinfect, gloves, masks, gowns. Come on now. So now when you look at it, the government contracting space is actually 10x because the government creates opportunities based off of what's happening in the worldwide. So it go up.
Yeah, so much money flowing out there.
Man, it go up.
Yep.
Yeah, it go up big time.
Can you talk about when the contractors was tripping, you had like fire them, and then you had like dip in your profit to hire somebody else?
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? You know, I tell my students all the time, like, when I was applying for jobs, I was lying on my resume.
Yeah.
You get me in front of you, that's my goal. I want to get in front of the person doing the interview. I'm going to get the job.
Okay.
But how do I get in front of that person? I got to make my resume look like something. Contractors or small businesses do it all the time. Their websites look amazing. They got fake reviews up there. You're speaking to somebody that know the lingo, they know what they're talking about, but they might not have the bandwidth to actually get the job done until I put them to work. Now, once I put them to work, now it's like, yo, my man, you told me you had 15 employees. It's you and your cousin out here working on one machine. So, you know, it's a lot of instances that's came about, but I teach my students, and this, because this is my process, I don't just go after one subcontractor, right? We don't just look for one house. You price compare. You do comps. So as I'm looking and getting comps, I'm finding other companies that can do the same work. So if this company is fraud and they can't do what they say they can do, I got 2 more on the bench. I bring them in there. Me dipping into my profit, I don't care nothing about that because I ain't doing the work anyway. You understand? So I can see if I was doing the work, dipping in my profit would hurt me. But if I'm getting $2,500 for work I ain't doing, I dip all the way in that and just be making $1,000. Okay. Because now I'm saving my name with the federal government and I'm still doing work on the contract. So dip into the profit. It ain't no thing. I've gone all the way down to like $500.
Yep.
Because that's $500 I'm still doing this and getting it residually.
So you're not even tripping if you're getting $500.
Nah.
That's what's up, man.
I ain't tripping. Anybody can use the extra $500.
Exactly.
Anybody,
every month.
And anybody that is in business and does business understands that everything's not always a win.
You go.
You know, like there's times when you got to give or break even or lose to further the business.
Absolutely.
It happens all the time in every sort of business, whatever, no matter what you do, you're gonna take losses and then you take wins.
It's more about the reputation too.
Yeah,
like
always.
if I gotta go backwards and be negative for a month or two, but I maintain my reputation, I actually still won.
Yeah.
Because my rep is still strong. The federal government cares about your reputation.
Yeah.
So if you come to them and you filling out proposals and you and they seeing your company name and your rep is bad, you done.
Yep. So
I take a hit and then maintain that green gold star that the government gave me our company.
Is there a lot of is this part of what you do? Is it flooded like with competitors and other people doing the same thing? Like before to be honest with you, before I started learning more about what you were teaching, was not really a big thing on the radar. It's like kind of like, I'm sure it happens all the time. Everywhere you go, everywhere you turn around, because everything's, there's a lot of stuff regulated by the government. But is this a market that's just nobody knows about? Is it flooded? Is it?
It's both, man. Like I didn't invent subcontracting out federal government contracts. I didn't invent it.
Yep.
So it's flooded, but not a lot of people know about it, or not a lot of people want to know about it because of the word federal. That's a stigma. That's like, it's too much red tape. I don't want to learn how to do it. But it's 96,000 contract opportunities every single day. It can't get flooded even if it wanted to. The federal government is always putting out new solicitations, and it's 52 departments. It's 52 departments passing out 96,000 contract opportunities. Man, if people don't want to know about it, that's cool. That's cool with me.
So, what year did you decide I got to start teaching this? I got to start, or it probably started with somebody asking you to be their mentor.
There you go. So, peep game. Now they see Jay not working at the gas station no more. Jay don't got the broke down vigor no more. He done went out the country. What he know about going out the country? You know what I'm saying? They can tell my lifestyle was changing. They can tell it was different. So when you can tell somebody's doing something different, they ask, "What you doing?" I'm gonna tell them, "Hey, this what I'm doing." Boom, boom. So I've actually been trying to guide and teach my circle or the people that are around me. They just didn't have the patience for themselves to dive in and learn it. So as I'm going forward, yes, people will continue to ask me. I'm like, well, this how you do it. It's easy. Boom, boom. I really got serious about doing mentoring, teaching. Actually, I wasn't even calling myself a mentor or teacher. I was just like, look, I tell everybody how to do it who wouldn't listen.
Yep.
You know, I just got to format or get good with teaching it. Because just because you know how to do something, that don't mean you're a good teacher at it. Yep. Just like people that can hoop, they might not be great basketball coach. They might suck at coaching. But they the best ball player in the world. They just can't teach nobody else how to do it. So once I understood that I had the gift to actually teach people too, probably like the end of 2018, the beginning of 2019, I kind of took it serious. And we started to lay the foundation for the course and start teaching more people.
So what have you seen in growth? And not, you still have your business, right? Your business still making money.
100%, yeah. So
your growth as an individual and in your teaching skills, and then you have all these students now.
Yeah.
Where are you at now?
I'm loving the space, man. I can't even front. Like I never thought I would love like mentoring and teaching and helping people understand how to be driven. I never thought I would love that. I did knew I had a knack for coaching because I was an AAU basketball coach.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for my son. So I was like, yo, and we was dope. We was killing kids. And I was like, yeah, we nice at it, right? I said, I'm nice at coaching because my son don't even like basketball, but I got him to a point where he was serviceable and he had a lot of good, what is it called inside? What's the word I'm looking for?
Energy?
Nah. Instincts, maybe?
Nah. When you, I can't think of it. Anyway, I gave it to him. Whatever this word is I can't think of, I gave it to him, and now he with confidence.
Oh, confidence.
Gave him a lot of because he ain't like the hoop.
Yeah.
So now when I'm teaching government contract, a lot of people confidence is low that in their own abilities to accomplish this. So as I'm instilling confidence in these adults and they figuring it out, they having all these aha moments. I'm loving this space. Ain't nothing better than this right now. Ain't nothing better than this.
Can you explain the 8-8 program?
Yeah, the 8-8 program is a business development program that the federal government wants to create your company to be a big box company like a Northrop and Grumman or Allied Barton or Lockheed Martin. These big giant companies, they want to create a total small business to be that. I'd never encourage anybody to get into the 8-8 program because although it's a lot of good opportunities, most people that come into federal government contracting don't know how to take advantage of those opportunities. And it's only for 9 years. So you can only be in that program for 9 years. After your 9 years is over, you either have to create another company and grandfather that next company in, or you just done. It's not a good program if you're brand new because you need to have the resources, you need to have the network, and you need to have the money to be able to take advantage of the 8-8 program. So a lot of people don't understand it's not a program, even though that's the minority program for us, that's not the program to get in when you're brand new. You need to be in the game like me and let the federal government tell you your company is now ready to be a part of the 8-8 program.
Can you explain the importance of certificates, if it is important?
Yeah, so certifications or AKA set-asides, which are minorities, woman-owned small businesses, veteran-owned, service-disabled, veteran-owned, and hubs-owned. Those do have certain advantages, but I don't even teach my students to get certifications. Here's the mindset, right? If I can teach you how to get a federal government contract without any certification at all, what's going to happen when you finally get a certification?
Give more contracts.
You're gonna eat them alive. You're gonna kill them because now you don't understand what the process takes, and now you know how to take advantage of the certification. So certifications do have certain advantages. They get you into smaller rooms to bid against a smaller number. But guess what word I said twice? You still got to bid. So if you don't know the process, even though you got that handy sticker, that certification, you're still gonna be losing left and right.
It's like a filter.
Yeah, it just says, okay, you got this sticker, you come over here in this room and bid against these people.
Yeah.
But guess what? If it's a shark like me in that room, you done.
Yeah.
You ain't winning that with your certification or not.
You got that experience. Go ahead.
In the past, like you triggered something. I thought we talked about like minority or women-owned businesses in the past. Just my personal experience is that when I've seen people make that move to try to go get a city contract. We're not talking federal, a city contract, a state contract, and they would run and I'm gonna make my wife own the business, and I never seen any of those come through. And for me, I was you wasting your time. Like just go out and get all the other regular money out there when you got all your basket, your balls in this basket trying to get a city contract. Does that mean anything when it comes to federal contracts or no? Yes or no?
Which piece?
Like you touched on it, but is it that big of a deal? Does somebody need to worry about it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Answer flat out no. Because like you said, yes, you might have a woman-owned small business, but if I don't have a woman-owned small business and my numbers look better than yours, I win the contract. Yeah. Regardless. Yeah. I might not be able to bid on the contracts that's exclusively for woman-owned businesses, but so what?
That's right.
I don't need that. Here's what they call us. The federal government, this is why I don't teach certifications, even though they can't have the advantages. They call us socioeconomic disadvantaged groups. I don't want that disadvantaged money. If that's what you calling me and you giving me a handout over there, I'm good. I'm going to take this over here because through experience, I've learned when they don't have a certification attached to the solicitation, it's bigger money anyway. So I'm going to always go over here. You can have that certification money and that use that propaganda that the federal government likes to do. We provided, 28 million to total small businesses. Nah, not for real. No, you didn't. That money was always on the table. Yes, they mandated to give a certain portion of that money exclusively for those groups, but that's real crumbs. Now, let me tell you what's the difference between crumbs in the projects and crumbs in the mansion. I'm going for the crumbs in the mansion because they bigger, them cookies taste better, and they brand name. The crumbs in the hood, we don't even know where they from. You know what I mean? So I'm going over there and get them crumbs over there and make my own cookie.
Can you explain sole sourcing? Yeah,
that's when the federal government exclusively goes for your company. You don't have to bid. So my company is in that phase. Okay. Right? They called me the other day. I wanted, what's today? Thursday?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
I won a contract yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they called me.
How much is it for?
It's for snow and ice removal service. I ain't had to bid. Yeah. In DC at that. I ain't going out there. I ain't gonna see what they gonna do with that.
So when they do that, do they just award it to you, or basically what they say is, do you want it or not?
Yeah, that's sole source, and they say, hey, we got this contract. Give us a quote. And when you give us a quote, you got it.
So, do they even care what you quoted at?
That's the beauty of being sole source.
Yeah.
Now you can. Now your pricing don't matter because they want you to do it.
That's right.
Here's my price. Boom, big ticket.
So how does that look like? That's like an email, a text message, like, and then you just like celebrate.
Yeah.
You still gotta do your due diligence, right? You still gotta get somebody to do it. You still gotta quote it out,
right. So they send you an email. They say, hey, Mr. White, we got a solicitation in the VA hospital in Washington D.C. We need snow and ice removal services done for the next 4 years. Give us a quote. We intend to sole source you for the job.
Okay.
Boom. Cool. I'm like, I'm looking at the email. I'm like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
Here we go. Another one.
Yeah.
Just hurry up and send them a quote. Because I have several of these snow and ice removal contracts already. I don't care what the region is. They typically always run the same price. Okay. Hurry up and hit them back with it. They hit me back. congratulations. Then you celebrate.
Do you ever, and have you ever, and of course, I'm going to follow up with another question after that. Have you ever put somebody in business based upon a contract that you've gotten awarded? And I don't know if that's right or wrong, can do it or not, but.
Have I put somebody in business?
Let's say, for example, you just got awarded a snow and ice removal contract. And let's say my boy over here says, man, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Can you put him in business and say, hey, this is your job now?
Yeah, if he got the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if he's capable of doing it.
Yeah, if he got the snow and ice removal equipment, he in business because that's all I do. I go find, if you got a snow and ice removal company and you got one too, I got the contract. Which one of y'all want it? Who gonna give me the better price? So I'm always giving work to other businesses. I'm giving them way to small businesses as well.
Yeah.
So the federal government wants to work with total small businesses, right? So I teach my students not to work with the big box company. Go out there and go find the locals that need the work and need that consistent money and put them into play.
Yeah, it's like spending local. That's the
Put our
best
dollars
way.
back into the community.
Right, yeah.
However you got to do it, even though it might not be your community because you don't live there, but you still essentially put money to that.
It's
community.
a community.
There you go.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow, man, that's pretty cool. So you teach all this.
Yeah.
And is there a meaning to crack the code?
Is there what?
Is there a double meaning to crack the code?
Come on, think about it, man. Yeah, you just gotta think about it.
But
the name is the name.
Are there not so many similarities from what you learn in the streets and big business?
100%. Man, this is crazy. I just was telling somebody this on the phone yesterday because of my, and I never want to come across like I was about to be a kingpin or I'm the super thugged out dude. Yeah. Like Ross or something. Like I'm never that guy.
Making your way.
I was doing my thing though, but I was on the low with it. Yeah. Right. But because of all of my experiences in the streets, I take that into the business world. Here we go. Being on time. Being on time and being a man of my word. If I say I'm gonna be here at 6 o'clock, I'm here. If I said I needed to pick up a package at 6 o'clock, I need that package at 6 o'clock. My communication is only one way to say certain things. I don't want you on my corner no more. Boom, you out of here. Or I want to do business with you. Do you want to do business with me? You see what I'm saying? My communication skills, I took that from there. And then also just being straight 100% honest. If I don't know, I don't know. If I don't got it, I don't got it. If I don't understand, I don't understand. I never wanted to be, and I'm still not that person. I never want to be the person that if I get asked a question, I feel like I need to know the answer. And if I don't know the answer, I'm gonna feel silly. Nah, I don't care. Look, you ask me something, I don't know. And it's no ... behind. It's no, but I can find out. Nah, I don't know.
Can we talk about before we end? Can we talk about Virginia a little bit? Like
2 up, 2 down.
I talk. I'm a real big fan of Allen Iverson. Got like all his jerseys, whatever.
Okay.
I seen all the documentaries. Yeah. So like his documentary, the 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Like he got into the fight in the bowling alley, did his bid, whatever. They made it seem like Virginia was like real racist.
Yeah.
Is it like the way they made it seem like, or?
Yeah. So it just depends. On,
like N-words was flying, and then they started brawling.
Yeah. You can depend on the area that you go to, and obviously we can go anywhere we want. But depending on the area you go to, you might hear slander like that. Okay. And it's up to you to either control yourself, walk out, or handle it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like that. I think it's gotten better, right? I think it's gotten a lot better, but some of the good old boys just don't care. Okay. And that's cool. They can catch it. And
then they kind of got at Randy Moss for like getting with white girls. Is it still like kind of segregated like that?
No. Yeah, it ain't.
Not no more?
Yeah. No, it's not that deep. Not like that, man. Okay. I've never seen. I mean, I think with anywhere when you have an interracial relationship, you might get certain looks. Okay. But in VA, that's probably all you're gonna do now. Just get the looks. Ain't nobody gonna come up to you. Okay. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, nah, you can come to VA, bro. You be good.
You scared. You want to go, huh? But you scared.
No, I mean everybody, you know, all the athletes that are, you know, full with, they from there. Like Randy Moss, Michael Vick, Iverson.
Y'all know Bruce Smith was from VA.
Yeah, Bruce
Smith went to my high school. He was
Tiki Barber.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tiki Barber.
And,
the twins too. Yeah.
So
So let me be the first one to say that welcome to Houston then.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Because this is the land flowing of milk and honey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the weather's nice all the time. You get a little cold here and there.
It's hot.
Real estate is popping.
Yeah.
So you're successful.
Yeah.
You're teaching people. What's next on the horizon? What are you trying to get into? What investments and what vehicles do you want to use to take yourself to the next level?
Oh man. So I'm understanding. I'm truly understanding that I have a platform. Right. I'm getting used to it, but I'm understanding that. So I want to take my platform and just work with whoever wants to work with me if it makes sense. Right? I'm always looking to invest into real estate or trucking or into more government contracts, especially PPE, personal protective equipment. So I'm always looking to take my money and continue to make it work for me versus the other way around. But I've been doing that for so long as well. So if you got a solid deal, if you got a solid anything that you want, investment or presentation, I'm willing to listen to it because the money is available, but it just got to make sense. But I'm using my platform for that these days. And that's like my next level, understanding that I have a platform to bring deals to me versus me searching for deals.
Want me to do my list and then we done?
Yeah, man.
You ain't got nothing else?
No, man, I think we touched on a lot of stuff. I always want to tell everybody that's listening is there's a lot of people out there searching.
Yeah.
And when you were in 2000, 9, 8, 5, 4, you didn't really have all the assets that you had to your exposure now. Like nobody was really on YouTube looking for, these types of things. But now everybody has accessibility to information. I feel like there's a lot of wealth around, and it could be my circle's changing. But I mean, you meet a man like you who's making money in this era. Mario's in a different field. I'm in a different field. But anybody who has that desire can go find a Mario, a you, as a mentor. And so I never want to stray away from people. If they want to do that, they want to learn what you're doing. They find you where? Instagram?
Find me on Instagram at IamJasonWhite_, and then my website is thefederalcode.com. Go there. All my services, my products, they're up there. I tell people all the time, you talk to me, I talk back. It ain't my team talking to you. That's actually me responding.
I saw that on one of your IGs.
We're going to have your course too at the description below.
Yeah, so there'll be a link down below. Click on it, grab the course. It's called the Crack the Code.
Let's go.
So changing what you learn, changing the narrative, and changing your future. Yeah, so Mario's got these questions you like to ask.
Let's go, man.
They get a little dicey. So
all right, let's get it.
I sit back and listen.
Government contracts or state contracts?
Government contracts, federal government contracts.
All right. A rental property or Airbnb?
Airbnb.
Earn Your Leisure or Sleepers for Suckers?
Oh man. Earn Your Leisure.
Earn Your Leisure?
Yeah,
Earn Your Leisure?
I'm gonna say I first saw you on Sleepers for Suckers.
Yeah. Shout out to Shan.
I love both shows.
Yeah, shout out to my man Shan.
Yeah, we had him on here.
Yes, sir.
2 million followers or 100 government contracts?
100 government contracts. That's easy.
Okay. 800 credit score or $1 million?
800 credit score.
800 credit score? Okay. Michael Vick or Randy Moss?
Vic, man. Come on, number 7.
Iverson or Michael Vick?
Man, this is terrible, man. I'm gonna go with Chuck. AI. I'm gonna go with number 3. Yes, sir.
Iverson or Jordan?
Oh man,
I had them in the order where I knew what you was gonna pick.
Oh man, I gotta go with the GOAT. AI said too. He'll say Jordan. I gotta go with the GOAT.
Okay, that's
I gotta
cool.
go with the GOAT.
That's cool. Pharrell or Timberland?
I'm gonna go with Timbo. I'm gonna go with Tim. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tim.
Teddy Riley or Missy Elliott?
This is a good one right here, bro. Cause I know I kind of know Teddy Riley a little bit.
For real?
But I'm gonna go with Missy. Shout out to Teddy, man. Yeah.
Clips or Rick Ross?
Let me go with the big homie, Rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Brown or Trey Songz?
Chris Brown.
David Shands or Wall Street Trapper?
Man, I'm gonna go with Trap.
Chris Brown. I already did that one. Neo or him 500?
Man, that's a good one too. I'm gonna go with 500.
Jay-Z or Rick Ross?
Dang. Look, he said.
Close my iPad.
Oh man. I'm a home team. I'm gonna go with my man Ross. My man, you feel me? Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go and stick with the home team.
Every day I'm hustling or hold me back.
Every day I'm hustling.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate having you here.
Appreciate you, man.
I think there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of future growth
Yeah.
coming out of you.
Appreciate it.
And
man.
I did want to touch on one thing real quick before we end the show.
Yeah.
We saw that you had a chance to meet Rick Ross.
Yeah.
So keep going, cultivate those relationships.
Yeah.
And man, just all the best. Wish you
I
all the
appreciate
best.
it. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the biggest things, right? Even our relationship, we got to cultivate it. We got to nourish it. We got to flourish it. It can't be a thing where we meet one time and then that's it. No, we got to be able to see how can I benefit you and how can you benefit me.
Yep.
And I'm doing the same thing with Ross and all the endeavors that we're putting together and putting into place.
If you in Pearland, we can't help but knowing each other. We all in Pearland.
So
You know what I
we're
mean?
making this circle tighter and tighter, one
Yeah.
person at a time. We appreciate it. So again, crack the code.
Yeah.
Follow him, like him, like the video, subscribe, please. We're just here to give y'all what y'all need.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.